Hi, grade 11s. I want to show you a CAS portfolio that would achieve high honors if it were done by the deadline, May 2nd. So here it is, fictional student Tobias Wilberforce. The student needs to complete 3 different things to make sure that they complete high honors. First of all, the student needs to have 1 entry from every strand approved by the advisor. The 3 strands are creativity, activity, and service. So here we see Community Service Council, that's service. It's got the blue check, the blue thumbs up, so it's been approved. Parent-teacher interviews, also service, blue thumbs up, approved. So they have service approved. Regionals Debating 2018, they participated in this debating tournament. It's creativity, it was approved. And Rowing 2018-2019, that's activity, and the advisor has approved it. Also, Week Without Halls, which every single one of you should, if you went on Week Without Halls, so almost every single one of you should have that entered with creativity and activity and service, 5 hours of each, and that should be approved by your advisor. So really, having 1 entry from every strand should not be an obstacle for anyone because Week Without Halls should basically cover that. In addition, you'll notice that Regionals Debating 2018 has the green check mark. So that means that this student has written a reflection for that activity and the reflection has been sent off to the supervisor and the supervisor has approved it. So that is actually complete with the green check mark. You want to get to the green check mark this year for every single thing that you've entered. Leaving things till next year is not a good idea because it's much more difficult to track down supervisors and remind them of what you've done a year later. But it's not required for high honors that you have all the green check marks. What's required for sure as the minimum is the blue thumbs up. But it's really good that Tobias Wilberforce, this fictional person, has the green check mark next to Regionals Debating. Okay, so that's all 3 strands entered. In addition, the learning outcomes. There need to be 3 of the 7 different learning outcomes approved by the advisor. So here are the 7 learning outcomes. You see them under outcomes. And Tobias Wilberforce has 4 of them approved. Challenge and skills, initiative and planning, commitment and perseverance, and collaborative skills. Now you can see that the orange means approved. The green means complete. So Tobias Wilberforce has completed challenge and skills. That was what Tobias Wilberforce used regionals debating for. He wrote a reflection. He sent it off to the supervisor, so now that's green. Wilberforce has planned initiative and planning at different times. So they're on track to complete this outcome twice. That's great. 1 is the minimum. So for high honors, you need 3 of the learning outcomes approved. So Wilberforce has 4 of them approved, so great. 1 more than is required as the minimum for high honors. You need to have 3 separate ones approved at least once. Okay? Finally, your timeline needs to have no gaps in it. So you click on timeline and you can look from the beginning of September until the end of the year, like May, June, there should be something that you're planning to do at all times. That shouldn't be too much of an obstacle for anybody. If Tobias Wilberforce is a rower, so from the beginning of September until June, they're rowing. Okay, great. So there's always some CAS engagement going on there. Community Service Council was a year-long commitment as well, so there's always some service going on. That's what a complete timeline looks like, but you shouldn't have any gaps where there's nothing, unless it's a school holiday. It's okay if you don't have anything going on over, the December holiday break, for example. But most of you will have something that stretches because if you're doing it weekly, but you take 2 weeks off, you can still just have a full bar that shows that you're still committed to that activity. So that shouldn't be a really big obstacle for anybody. Okay, so those are the 3 criteria to meet. Each one of the strands must be approved at least once. 3 of the 7 outcomes must be approved, and the timeline must not have any gaps in it. If you're wondering about your hours, there's no set number that you have to hit in order to be on track for high honors. But next year, you know that you'll be aiming for a minimum of 50 in each strand. That's your aim. So if you have less than 25 in any of the strands this year, then you're sort of behind because you want to get half your CAS done in grade 11. So Tobias Wilberforce, it's also really good that he's planned 25 creativity hours, 55 activity hours, and 30 service hours. If he completes all of those, then he's finished more than half of CAS in grade 11, which is really good. But we're not checking this for high honors. We're just checking the strands, the outcomes, and the timelines. Okay? That's in writing in the advisor memo as well. And of course, as always, if you have any questions, you can contact me. But it's important that you get all this done to be eligible for high honors at the beginning of May, and also to make sure that next year you aren't playing desperate catch up in DP2, which I don't think will be necessary because overall your grade has been very good about staying on top of CAS. Keep up the good work. See you later.